everyone, welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, where yes again I am away from home. I think I've been travelling more than Lamine Yamal this summer, but the videos are still coming your way because today we have to talk about Yamal himself, the new Barca number 10. It has not quite been confirmed yet, but we have to talk about the impact of that because today we had the brand new kit launch from Barca. The new home kit is now available. We have a full update on the 1-for-1 rule with a lot of really encouraging reports. And of course, what the result of that will mean for Nico Williams and the payment, the all-important payment of that release clause, guys. So it's all on the way for you today. Another really big video. So come on and let's do this. But if we do, first of all, begin right here today, guys, actually with the brand new La Liga fixtures. Now, they were announced last night there, and La Liga, fair play to them, they've actually given us a few weeks here before the start of the season to tell us who we're going to be playing. Sometimes they'd actually wait only 1 or 2 weeks before giving us the official fixture list. So right here, we do know what Barca's calendar is going to look like. In the first game, we are going to be away at Real Mallorca. That's going to be coming there from Son Moy. And remember last season, it was back in December, Barca ran absolutely riot away at Mallorca there. 2 goals for Rafinha, 1 as well for Ferran Torres, Frenkie de Jong and Pau Victor in that match. And also what you've got to bear in mind ahead of this first game of the season, could we be facing off against Pablo Torre? He could be lining up as a new Mallorca player. That is something there to bear in mind. We can also know right now that our first 3 games of the season will all be away from home. Now, that is not La Liga really trying to hurt us. That is actually something here that Barca did request themselves. They wanted the first games of the season to be away so that the work on the Camp Nou could continue there as we build up to our return. And we also want the maximum amount of spectators inside the stadium there. So we will be away at Mallorca, then away at Levante, before we also play away at Rayo. And it means our first game back at home, back at our home, it will be up against Valencia. Great fixture there on September the 14th. That will be after an international break. So really exciting there to know exactly how we're going to start the season. But of course, the eyes on the calendar, they're always drawn to the Clásicos. And indeed, we will go away to the Santiago Bernabeu on the 26th of October there. That will be the first Clásico of the season before the reverse fixture will be in May. It will come actually on the 10th of May, a Clásico back at the Camp Nou. And remember, guys, that game there on the 10th of May, that is only 4 games before the end of the season. Imagine there if the title race is really close, if it is going to be going down to the wire, that could be an absolutely huge occasion there. So lots to look forward to, and we can all start now to get excited and start looking at this brand new season to come. And speaking indeed about that brand new season, we know exactly how Barca are going to look, because right here this morning, we had the official release of the brand new Barca home kit. And the first thing I think we have to say here, and you know, let's see if you agree with me on this, but I really do like the look of the brand new home strip for this season. I think we've all known for a while it was coming. You know, the design has been leaked now for several months, but I think in the end, it really didn't disappoint. I think what you'd say about that is, it's a fun kit, it's an exciting strip there, it's vibrant, and those are the exact words, actually, that I would use to describe this current Barcelona squad and the players that we get to witness week in, week out. And I particularly love the little detail here on the sleeve of the shirt. That right there is the La Liga Champions patch. Thank you very much. We're all going to enjoy having that on there, and hopefully it won't only be on there for just this season. We will be aiming to retain our title. And of course, guys, what we expected today was Lamine Yamal to be officially announced and confirmed as the new number 10 at Barca. That's what we thought was going to happen actually yesterday. Even Fabrizio Romano thought the announcement was going to come yesterday after Ansu's departure was confirmed from the club, because Barca were planning to do that announcement before the kit launch here to really hype it up and get everybody very excited. But actually, Yamal said maybe towards the last minute, could we actually announce it on my birthday? I will turn 18 on July the 13th. and I'd love to do it then. And of course the club more than happy there to do it, and quite frankly, it's made no difference on the kit sales. Everybody is still so excited to get that Yamal number 10. Again, we all know that it's coming anyway, it's just the announcement here that is missing. And if you actually try right now to order a Yamal shirt, it does actually warn you it won't be dispatched until his new number is confirmed. Because yeah, there's huge excitement about that, huge excitement about Yamal donning that iconic number 10 shirt. Yamal himself, I mean, he's really hyped. He's been doing a whole countdown on Instagram there. He's been posting photos of all the legendary names to have worn the famous shirt before him, and I think it's the right time. You know, I don't think that we're rushing things here. I don't think we're putting too much on him too soon. I think given the season that he had last time, he has earned this shirt now. He has earned the honour of wearing that number 10, and I think what Barca are also very much aware of too, this is a massive opportunity for them. You know, as a club, they're in an amazing place right now, not only from a sporting point of view, with the talent of Yamal, with the talent of these players that we have, but in terms of marketing, they know what they can do with Yamal as the 10. I think you all probably saw the advert yesterday between Messi and Yamal for Adidas there. It was a lovely moment between the two of them, and you just think there's so much here to work with. It's an absolute goldmine if you can get it right, and Barca know they've got to capitalise here on this excitement, on the worldwide interest in Yamal, in Barca. Kids growing up today, they're idolising him. You know, they're looking at him as an inspiration, somebody to inspire them to watch the game, to play the game. And that is amazing, actually, to have a young player at Barca again who is inspiring the next generation. I think it's great for the game, great for football as a whole, great for the club, of course. And I think football needed somebody like Yamal right now. And that is essentially why at midday today, you know, it's not even, you know, right the way through the day, but simply at the midway mark of the day, Barca officially broke their all-time record ever for shirt sales in a single day. They sold more shirts there by midday than they ever have in a single day before, and that is absolutely incredible. And it just shows the excitement that people have about this Barcelona team, what the club represents. People want to wear the shirt, they want to wear it with pride again, and I'm seeing more and more people, I'm sure it's the same, you know, where you live, people wearing Barca shirts, people wearing their Barca merch, people want to wear the crest, they want to don the badge, and I smile every time I see a Barca shirt, anytime I see somebody with something Barca related, you know, I think that's absolutely beautiful. We are all one, we're all connected, and well, I may or may not have something of my own coming actually for you guys soon, but we'll have to wait and see. There may be some more details on that soon, but it's a great time for the club, it's a great time for all of us here, and the new kit, it looks fantastic. But indeed, guys, if we do indeed now move on to more exciting news, you know, the great news right now, it simply is not stopping, and that is absolutely wonderful, because we spoke yesterday a little bit of detail there about the 1-for-1 rule, which of course is so important for our summer, for our season, for the club as a whole right now, and we spoke yesterday about the fact that we were only just short of it there. We're talking about 8 million, you know, it's very slender margins right now. Barca are so close to achieving it, and what we are hearing right here today, multiple sources coming out and saying that Javier Tebas, you know, him, we don't like to talk about him, but I will enjoy it on this one occasion. Apparently he has already told Joan Laporta that Barca will be able to operate under the 1-for-1 rule in this summer transfer window. Apparently Tebas has communicated that already to Joan Laporta, so the club can be confident right now. They can be confident in the deals that they're doing, in the talks that they're having with players right now, because La Liga know that Barca have done the work they needed to do. They've done their homework here. They knew exactly what they had to do to achieve it this summer, and that is exactly what we've done in the end of year accounts. Because don't forget, the financial year for Barca, it only just ended at the end of June. So it's very possible here that La Liga have got their hands on that information, that they are aware of what Barca reported in terms of their results. It's all about profits. It's all about the numbers that you can generate, and Barca were able to include some very significant revenue, and you cannot understate what the 1-for-1 rule will mean for us. You know, to be back on that, it has been genuinely years of work from the board, and it's absolutely incredible that we finally made our way back here. It has not been easy. We have not been dealing with easy people. We did not have an easy situation inside the club when Laporta arrived to actually try and turn things around. It has taken a lot of work, heartache at times, heartbreak at times, but finally we are on the verge now, and according to Barca, according to the report that we're hearing, we are well aware we will achieve it in this summer transfer window. But of course, guys, what does all of that mean? You know, what will that do in terms of Nico Williams, for example? Well, it is going to be absolutely key in terms of registering players. Not only Nico, but also Joan Garcia, who's already at the club, already signed, of course. And also, what's interesting is, last night, you know, given the fact that we were talking about the guarantees that Nico's camp were asking for, they were worried there about registration, they were a little bit concerned about the finer details before signing an official contract. Well, apparently last night, all of those disagreements there, all of those bumps in the road, they were well and truly resolved. And I think that's interesting timing. You know, could Barca have been told maybe by La Liga, look, you're going to be on the one-for-one, that yes, those financial results were exactly what they needed them to be. Maybe Barca conveyed that information to Nico Williams' camp. Maybe that was what was needed there to just iron out those difficulties, to really gain the trust of Nico's camp. But whatever it was, it has been successful. Nico's camp now are very much on side. They're very much working towards the same goal as Barca, which is getting the player signed and then getting the player registered. And I think really it was all just a bit overblown anyway, you know, in the media, because I think, like we said yesterday, with big transfers, big negotiations, you're going to have that back and forth. You know, you're going to have discussions. It's going to go round a little bit. It's going to take a bit of time. You're going to have different obstacles to overcome. It's only natural here. I mean, the only difference really is that now in modern football, with the news that we get, you know, every single minute, every single hour, every single day, you know, you hear every single detail. So we have been here every step of the way with this deal. We're very invested in it because we're very excited about it. But I think we can all be happy now knowing those disagreements, you know, those obstacles, they're all good. We are all singing from the same hymn sheet. And what you're all saying right now is, okay, with all of that in mind then, when will the release clause be paid? Now, right now, that is the €62 million question. When is it going to happen? You know, and I was really impressed, I've got to say, with all of your comments in yesterday's video. Lots of people trying to decide and predict when it's going to happen. Let's see who ends up being right on that. Because right now we're hearing the ultimate deadline from Barca in terms of a very, very vague deadline. It's July the 16th, because that would actually be the date there where Nico is required to return to pre-season training with Athletic Club. Now, he doesn't want to go back there, understandably. He doesn't want that awkwardness. He doesn't want anything to come up there between him and the club. Ultimately, he sees his time now at Athletic as over. He's moved on from that. He's ready now for that next step. So Barca, they don't want to make him go back there. That wouldn't be a good look for anybody. So that is the ultimate deadline. It has to be paid before July the 16th. But honestly, it has to come much before that here. That is the deadline, but Barca do not want to wait until then. It will be done well before that date, you'd imagine, and I think it's possible that maybe it would have been done already if it wasn't for those disagreements between the parties. Maybe that just held things up a little bit. We're also been talking with La Liga. Maybe we're also waiting for some word on the one-for-one rule, but I think now that everything is just ironed out, we are looking at Friday. That is the date right now in the media. Lots of talks happening about Friday, the 4th of July. Is that going to be the time for Nico? Is that going to be the day where Barca take that cash, where the money is deposited at the La Liga offices? And then it will mean that Nico Williams is freed from his Athletic Club contract. There's nothing they can do. They can only watch on as Barca will get their man. And this is going to happen. It really is going to happen imminently, guys. So that there is indeed exactly what we are dealing with at the club right now. Lots of excitement, lots of enthusiasm. We're all really looking forward to the new season, and we are going to have this brand new campaign with real reinforcements in the squad. So please do let me know all of your thoughts down below. What do you make of the kit? What do you make of that one-for-one rule news? And when again do you expect that Nico clause to be paid? Let's look at Friday. Let's hope that on Friday it's gonna happen. I will see all of you soon, and I thank you indeed for the tremendous support. But until next time, guys, as always, Vejka, Barca.